This is the high-density, ultra-fun workbench, or UFSWB, as I like to say. It fits right on top of the Cessna 172 project, which allows you to save a lot of space if you're in a cramped apartment or a dorm. For the top, it uses construction-grade OSB, so it's easy to source. On the left, you'll see easy access to all the tools with this modular pegboard. And going over to the back, there's spaces for all of my invoices for custom orders. Underneath the workbench, there's easy storage for parts, so you can easily group together things you're working on. On the side, there's a shelf that folds down and allows quick access to put your tools down. There's even a magnetic strip to hold any small tools. I really like this workbench, so I thought I'd show you how to make it. The first thing you'll need to do is to gather your materials. You'll need 12 feet of 2x2, or whatever your metric equivalent is, 24 inches by 48 inches of plywood, or even just slabs of 2x4, and a few shelf brackets if you don't trust your construction.
Alright, now if we sand this down, it's a nice, beautiful surface that we can use as a workbench. Now I need to cut these into 18-inch pieces for the legs. Triangles are stronger than squares, so I'm going to make some triangles. Some trapezoids, rather. These don't have to be the exact same size, they just have to do their purpose, which is to provide kind of a brace.
Get these pieces of wood and put them right here where they go. Now you'll see how the piece of plywood fits on. It's a little higher than most workbenches, and in fact, here's a side-by-side comparison. It has to be the certain height because of the glare shield. It extends a little bit out of the panel. Now I'm making sure the lip is 1.848 inches, or close enough. Somewhere in that ballpark. I'm just going to drill the brackets where I need to. This is also the first workbench I've made that is completely on wheels, so that makes it super handy. I can just move it around wherever I want.
I think for this design, I'll have a floating layer on top. It's easily movable, that I'll call the crap layer. And I can just move all my stuff somewhere else for the time being, while I remove the top. Then you can lift the top by yourself without everything sliding off of it. Oof. Where will the workbench go when I'm using the simulator? Good question. It'll go on top of my bed. That way it's out of the way. The only thing is that it's kind of a pain to get it all aligned up when you're done using it. So basically, if I want to go from building my simulator to flying my simulator, I take the floating shelf off, take this off. If I build it strong enough, you can even use it as a chair. I think if I strengthen this, it would make a pretty good chair. What we'll be working on right now, however, is not a chair, but instead a shelf. There are two options with this. The first option is a flip down hinge, and the advantage to this is that it positively stops when it's right here, like it has nowhere to go because of the rotation of the hinge. The other option is one up here, and that's more at arm's level. It's actually really fun seeing the same wood being used in multiple projects over like 3 years, because this wood right here I actually bought for the Cessna 172 version 2 stand. Then once that failed, I used it for the standing desk, and then once I didn't need that anymore, I'm using it for my workbench. So this is an interesting project because the heights of everything has to not interfere with the simulator. That's a red flag, but it also has to work well. I'll use this Velcro strap so that you just undo the Velcro and it flips down. Ta-da! Now all I have to do is find a piece of wood that is 24 by 14 inches-ish. Ooh, it's so warped. Ooh, well. I even have room for a poster right here. This isn't very sturdy, it's just some hinges. Maybe I could have a string that drops down or a chain that provides some support. But I think I like this as just kind of an extra like 2 square feet of room. On this end, I want to add some pegboard. Ideally, I'd be able to hang some tools and maybe some screwdrivers and stuff.
The pegboard was super easy to install, barely an inconvenience, and a cool feature is that you can use both sides because it's not right up against the wall, it's up against the structure. I decided that my clecos, my drill, and my impact driver were the tools I used the most, so I put these on the pegboard.
I really wanted to utilize the like 6 inches underneath the workbench for storage, but I also want to have everything easily removable so that I can access the simulator wherever I need to. My solution was to use these little pieces I 3D printed and have under bench storage. I ended up installing 4 of these bins. I like these a lot because you can just easily take this bin wherever to the workshop, work on the stuff inside it, and then put it back. As a stop, I'll just screw in a screw at the end, and that'll act as the end stop. You can adjust it pretty easily. Now all of the boxes stop at the same spot.
This workbench is really something that's awesome to me because I can work on what I love in such a small apartment room. It's hilarious to see how everything is so jam-packed into my tiny dorm room when I'm gonna go off to college. I'm really lucky to have such an awesome roommate. For me, it was really important to have all of this under simulator stuff right here because I do custom orders. I'm opening up a custom order design firm, so if you'd like me to design your simulator, then go over to captainbobsim.com/custom. I would love to work on your simulator. Isn't the dog so cute up there? Thank you so much to all of the people who make these videos possible, especially Altimeter Motives, Bromy, Chris Patey, David Housley, Covenator, Mr. Klotz, Propwash Sim, Similar, and Stuart. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to see the Cessna 172 project before it turned ugly, you can see this playlist over here somewhere, where it has all of the build videos. I hope you have an absolutely fantabulous rest of your day. The CAD models are in the description below, and have a good one.